Robertson's interception and touchdown run covered 76 yards.
In 1989, Isaiah Robertson founded the House of Isaiah, a rehabilitation facility for men struggling with drug and alcohol addiction. As a 7-time Pro Bowl linebacker for the Los Angeles Rams, Isaiah experienced similar struggles both on and off the field.
After retiring from the National Football League, I acquired a disease with cocaine addiction. After getting treatment and getting my life on the right track, I felt led to give back and to help as many young men that cross my path in their addiction with drugs and alcohol.
This led him to develop a 7-step program to help the recovering alcoholic or addict have success at starting a new life.
I'm struggling, strung out on cocaine. My wife left, took all my kids with her. I don't know where they're at. I lost my house, lost everything I have. And, I need some help.
I continued to progress and become worse and worse and worse. I ended up homeless and on the streets and in a very bad spot.
Frankly, I didn't think I could ever get clean. I didn't think I could ever establish or maintain a life of recovery or sobriety in any shape, form, or fashion.
I just saw the same things happening over and over. It was a continuous cycle, a continuous downward spiral, and there really wasn't a future.
I was in a pretty dark place.
And I was lost before I came here, but when I got here, I found out that I don't need friends anymore, I need brothers.
I got into the cycle of addiction again and couldn't get out.
I just like to do the wrong thing.
Located in Maybank, Texas, the House of Isaiah is an exclusive residential drug and alcohol recovery center for men. Our services include an on-site program that's unlike any other in the world. Each client at the House of Isaiah is reviewed on a personal level, and a recovery program is tailor-made to fit his unique needs.
But I did come here with an open mind, and basically I learned a different way to live, this time being clean and sober.
HOI has helped restore my family, my sanity.
Today I'm coming on 8 years clean.
My mom and my dad, this would mean the world to them. Just to know that, number one, I'm safe, and they just don't worry anymore because I just do what's right.
The components to the 7-step program are essential to recovery and have fueled the tremendous success of our clients for over 2 decades. Few programs integrate the sound biblical teaching, recovery, 12 steps, life skills, continuing education, counseling, and aftercare. Together, with proper application, the result is a renewed mind and successful sobriety.
I came to the House of Isaiah when I was 32. I've got 5.5 years clean and sober of a lifestyle.
My son is 22 years old, and before I brought him to the House of Isaiah, he was into most any kind of drug that you could imagine. I was at my end of my rope. I'm a nurse. I've helped a lot of people decide to pull the plug on their loved ones in the ICU units. And this is kind of my last-ditch effort from pulling the plug on my son.
If it was not for the House of Isaiah, he would either not be alive or he would be in prison.
Our philosophy is to provide our clients with a therapeutic environment, education, and motivation to be the best.
I want to share that there's hope today because I was in a spot 5.5 years ago to where I thought there was no hope.
He was desperate at the time. He had already run away to another recovery program that didn't work out for him. When he came back to the house, I was going to have him arrested.
Helped me restore a relationship with my daughter that wasn't gone, but I was out of it. Even though I was there, I wasn't there.
My son was sent to 9 different treatment centers in 4 different states, some of the top dollar treatment centers in the country. And what I found was that the 30-day programs were just a flash in the pan. There was no real treatment and no real recovery in such a short period of time.
The 7-step program consists of the following. Step 1, The Spirituality and Bible Study program builds a strong biblical foundation and relationship with God. This facet of a client's program is encouraged to continue within the structure of their daily lives as mentioned in Step 3 of the 12 Steps, turning our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. Step 2, the Recovery program, is a 24-week curriculum on a rotation keeping material new and fresh. Our clients learn about denial, chemical dependency, and the disease concept. Step 3, the 12-step program provides our clients ample exposure to AA and NA. Using the Big Book, 12 and 12, how it works. We believe as you practice these steps, your behavior changes, giving way to a greater concept of these steps and better relationships with others. Step 4, the Life Skills program, is a series of lessons specifically designed to approach spirituality, recovery, and the 12 Steps program from a life application standpoint. Along with orientation, we further this step by teaching and practicing goal setting and anger management, parenting, and building self-esteem. Step 5 is the educational program and is vital to long-term success of the recovering individual. Step 6, counseling. Each client has an assigned case manager, 12-step counselor, and spirituality advisor, emphasizing on the importance of education and self-discipline, encouraging people in recovery to excel in life.
Look, counselors really care about the people. I mean, they have to love their job to begin with. And I think what also helps is they themselves are recovering addicts.
Step 7, the final chapter of our spiritual counseling program, is to the recovering client and can be performed in an outpatient environment. Off-site counselors have a proven track record working with HOI personnel to provide the best recovery possible.
The change that has come about in the 2-month time period that he's been in here is just amazing. It's a miracle from God. The spiritual agenda that they have here at the House of Isaiah is what every addict needs.
I can actually talk to the real Carter now, and that's such a blessing.
I know of no other place that will stick behind you through this battle, this journey of recovery/addiction. And today, I've got 8 months clean. I've been in the real world for 5 months, functioning as a responsible, productive member of society, and I owe that to God and to Isaiah Robertson and the House of Isaiah.
My third day there, I was touched by the God of heaven and earth, and I've never been the same. I didn't have to run anymore. I didn't have to chase after what it was I was looking for. Little did I know it was there the entire time.
You know, this is the first time I've ever been able to be honest with my whole entire family, and it feels good, you know, and I just had a pass, and I actually got to go hang out with my family for once being sober, and it felt great, you know. I've come back here, and I've felt refreshed.
Like a lot of the young men, when they first go in, you know, they're angry and frustrated, and they don't want to do it, but when they go in, at some point in time, usually there's a turning point, you know, and there was a turning point. I don't know, it was the second or third month, you know, there was a turning point in his life, and when he had an encounter with the Lord, and since then he's done a lot of things to restore his relationship with us, and you know, we have a good relationship now, and we do things together as a family. And
he just grows continually. You know, everything that he does, just from saying grace at the table like he never did before a meal, to, you know, laying down at night and wanting to pray before he goes to sleep.
These are some of the facts that CNN reported that 1 out of every 5 families in America suffer from drug abuse or alcoholism. Also, that HOI turns down an average of 10 to 20 potential clients per month because of space or financial restrictions. Presently, the House of Isaiah is a 50-bed facility. In the last 20 years, HOI has had well over 500 recovering clients return to society, holding jobs and being productive.
We've helped over 2,500 young men